Lisa Carpenter Baldwin is a Republican candidate seeking to replace State Senator Tom Apodaca, a power player in Raleigh, and he's retired. So you will get that seat if you can win the primary and the general.
Right.
What do you stand for, Ms. Carpenter Baldwin? What's your top issue coming to Raleigh?
Well, I'd like to see a brighter future for the next generation. I have 4 children. 2 are at NC State, and I have a son getting a master's degree at MIT. They're all in engineering. Education's very important to me. I was on the school board at Buncombe County for 4 years. I know that the state spends 57% of its budget on education. So that is a key issue. It's something I'm extremely familiar with. I know the budget backwards and forwards on education. I know where money needs to be focused to get it to the classroom. And to
Where
be
does
more
it need to
efficient.
be focused? Because Republicans are dialing in. More candidates than you are saying public ed. And Republicans have launched charter schools, and we're talking vouchers now in limited situations. So spend the money. How does the money best flow through our public system?
I do believe in the free market system. I think competition is the best thing that can happen to education. We need to break up that monopoly that the public schools have traditionally held on education, and that way we'll improve education outcomes. I support school choice. I want to see that broadened. I would love to see education savings accounts where the money will actually follow the child in K through 12 education, so parents will have choice. I support, expanding that choice for parents.
Would those be those opportunity scholarships where you take your school funding and pay for private tuition in some cases if you so choose? Is that what you're talking about?
This is just a little bit more freer, expands those opportunity scholarships to every student in North Carolina, not just based on income. This is something other states are doing as well.
How well is that system working in North Carolina? It's relatively new, but as a school board member, is it working well as it's been crafted?
There's a high demand for those scholarships. I know that in Buncombe County, where Asheville is the city center, we have 5 charter schools. Parents in Buncombe especially want choices. We have 10% of our total student population are homeschooled. The 2 new charters had just opened last year, and they were immediately filled. So parents are looking for alternatives. They want the best for their child. They want to make sure that the school matches their child's learning style.
When you say 10% are homeschooled in Buncombe County, is that a protest against the quote-unquote traditional public school? It seems like a high number. And are you saying charter schools with less than homeschooling needs? I'm just trying to understand the issue in your district.
I know in Buncombe we have the highest number of homeschoolers per capita, and I've even said they've been fleeing the traditional public school system. We've lost over 1,000 students just in 2 years. But in some ways, it's not necessarily an indictment against the traditional public schools. I think that it's just a matter of parents, wanting these choices. They don't want to be limited to just one alternative for their children. And I think some of these different charter schools, they have different focuses. They're more like magnet schools. I'd love to see Buncombe does not have magnet schools. The city school system does in Asheville. But I think if the traditional schools would respond to that and create some magnet schools with special interest focuses like science and math, arts, that more parents would stay in the traditional public schools.
Well, good luck on the campaign trail. A lot of miles for you to travel
Yes.
between now and mid-spring. Thank you so much for taking a few minutes with us.
Thank you.